I completely agree that Manipur should be the headline focus inside Parliament. Manipur should be the headline focus in the media. But, you know, some of your colleagues got very angry with me, started calling me names on Twitter today because I suggested that while it's very, very important for the Prime Minister to speak, the opposition should be leading the debate on Manipur, even if the Prime Minister is not in the House. Lead the debate, call out the government, say what you think. Do you think it's counterproductive to not hold this debate if the Prime Minister doesn't come to the House?
No, I think we've already called for a no confidence motion to make the Prime Minister come to the House. And I think we believe very firmly that we need to hear from him. I mean, the Prime Minister can say whatever he wants outside of the House, but let's not forget that the Prime Minister and the government is accountable to Parliament. It has gone on for far too long that the Prime Minister doesn't believe that he's accountable to anybody, including Parliament, and we want to remind him of the same. And this is an issue that's important enough that we don't feel that we should debate it at all in his absence. So I would have to disagree with you. And, I will take exception with any of the name calling that has been done. I don't condone that either.
बरखा जी, देखिए, मैंने कल भी आपको जवाब, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी की नजर हरदम हर घटना पर है, यहां से लेकर कहीं भी। अगर पूरे देश में 140 करोड़ जनता की बात करते हैं, और उन्होंने इस घटना पर पूरी तरीके से शोक और गुस्सा अपना जाहिर किया था सदन के बाहर। लेकिन जो हमारे विरोधी लोग हैं, विरोधी लोगों को कोई संवेदना नहीं है उस मणिपुर की घटना से, कोई संवेदना नहीं है। ये सिर्फ एक माहौल बना रहे हैं कि प्रधानमंत्री आ जाएं। पहला, इन लोगों ने जो चर्चा की बात की, नियम 228 कहता है कि अगर वहां पर जो सत्ता पक्ष ने मान लिया है कि चर्चा हम करेंगे, चाहे जिस नियम के तहत करेंगे, तो फिर ये कोई भी प्रस्ताव दूसरा नहीं ला सकते हैं। लेकिन नहीं, इन लोगों को चाहिए कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी बोले। पहले, अब और बेहतर तरीका ये होता कि पहले चाहे 167 पर, 76 पर होती या 267, किसी में हो जाती चर्चा, जो जिस पर भी होती चर्चा तो होने देते, लेकिन चर्चा नहीं होने दिया। उस समय स्पेसिफिक मणिपुर पर होता और चीजें सही थी। लेकिन अब तो अविश्वास प्रस्ताव आ गया है, और अविश्वास प्रस्ताव पर चर्चा राजस्थान की भी होगी, अब उस पर छत्तीसगढ़ की भी होगी, बंगाल की भी होगी, मणिपुर की भी होगी, हर जगह की चर्चा होगी। कटिहार में देखिए, बिजली मांगने पर गोली मारी जाती है, शायद उसकी भी चर्चा हो। तो अब तो सारी चर्चा वहां होगी और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी देंगे जवाब, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। मैं उसी पर आ रहा हूं बरखा जी। देखिए, 93 में भी ऐसा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुआ था वहां, और 93 में लगभग जो है 1 लाख लोग वहां से विस्थापित किए गए थे और सैकड़ों लोग मारे गए थे। उस समय जो है वहां के मुख्यमंत्री दिल्ली आकर कहते हैं कि मैं संभाल नहीं पाऊंगा, तो वहां से उन्होंने इस्तीफा दिया, संभाल नहीं पाऊंगा। लेकिन हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी पहले शांति की वो करते हैं, इस्तीफा देने की पेशकश भी करते हैं, इस्तीफा उनका फाड़ दिया जाता है। खैर, उसके बाद शांति व्यवस्था कायम के लिए माननीय गृह मंत्री जी भी जाते हैं यहां से, जो चीजें चलती हैं। लेकिन 93 में 5 साल लगे थे, आपको ध्यान शायद होगा, 5 साल लगे थे उसको नॉर्मल होने में। उसके बाद 2004 से 14 तक कितनी बार मणिपुर पर जो है मनमोहन सिंह जी ने बयान दिया है, या तो सदन में या सदन के बाहर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके बता दीजिए। 800 लोग लगभग मारे गए थे, 772 या 800 लोगों की संख्या थी वहां पर। ये वर्ग संघर्ष है, हम लोगों ने उसको बहुत शांत किया। 2014 के बाद हम लोगों ने जो डेवलपमेंट का काम किया है, वहां डेवलपमेंट के काम से उन लोगों को मुख्य धारा में जोड़ा है। 1-2 उग्रवादी संगठन रह गए। और तीसरी जो महत्वपूर्ण बात है कि वर्ग संघर्ष 2 चीजों से हुआ वहां। बरखा जी, बस 30 सेकंड का समय लूंगा। वहां वर्ग संघर्ष है क्योंकि एक, अगर माननीय उच्च न्यायालय का फैसला नहीं आया होता इन लोगों को एससी में मैतेई को शामिल करने के लिए, तो शायद ये वर्ग संघर्ष नहीं होता। अभी तक तो मामला नॉर्मल था।
See, Barkha, without getting into any moral judgment or taking sides, I think the whole issue of, I'm talking about speaking or not speaking, or the debate has become political. Both sides are trying to score points, and so it's a question of gamesmanship, or how each side will. It's at the moment, speaking or not speaking is a no-win battle. Okay, if Prime Minister were to speak just on Manipur inside the Parliament, it would again lead to ruckus and various other things, and that's what opposition is looking for. And BJP knows that. BJP would have to have its response. So this is a very calculated move by the Prime Minister. And I really, without, as I said, personally, if you ask me, all these things I've also tweeted that, I don't see, even if BJP had to have a counter narrative, why didn't for 2 months they brief their own people or people who are supportive of them as to what is the story to be said? It is only today now the story is coming out, or they're talking of the narco war, this and that. So whether they did it deliberately to keep it keep quiet because there are other things involved, so those are things, it's counterfactual. I don't want to get into that. But today, right now, it's become a political issue, so it will be played politically. And I think the opposition has walked into, if I were to say, I wouldn't call it a trap, but the strategy of BJP by asking this no confidence motion. So now that they have asked from
why is it a trap? Why is it a trap? Everybody knows what the numbers are, so they're not doing it for the numbers. They're doing it to ensure the Prime Minister is present when Manipur is spoken.
It's not a trap for winning or losing the no confidence motion. It is a trap for this is how the Prime Minister wanted to speak. He likes to speak on his own terms at his own time of his choice. So that is what precisely the opposition has handed over to him on a platter. Now he will come to answer. My uneducated guess is you'll find the no confidence motion discussion will be the last thing to be done on this monsoon session. And therefore, he will close the session with a very high on rhetoric, and that will be his answer. And that, as I said, will be really the launch of 2024 campaign. And
okay,
that is tactically they have handed over that situation to him. I think they wanted this no confidence motion. That's why you're finding BJP playing out the clip of 2019 saying that I'll wait for your next no confidence motion.
Manipur has to be kept in the domain of political morality, and there are ways in which we need to talk about political morality, and that has to be across political parties, number one. Second is the political argument. Now, I would like to say to the esteemed panelist, Ashwini ji, who just spoke before me, that if 356 has to be applied somewhere, I think Manipur is that case where it just should be. In any of the other cases, I'm not defending and cannot ever stand up to defend any violence against women anywhere. It can be any political party. It was Nirbhaya. We stood up against a Congress government on the roads. What more do you want to ask us? I was today remembering that when I was a young college student in 1985, I studied at the Lady Shri Ram College, where we were not permitted to go out. And I remember that we went and asked for permission, saying that the one place where we want to go to is then Roop Kaur in Dorala. She had been killed in a sati. And the principal had permitted us to go silently in a march till Mandi House. That was the first time that as a student I had seen Mandi House, right? So I'm not here making the case, but are you telling me that, thousands staying in refugee camps, children not knowing where their parents are, not getting enough to eat, women being bludgeoned to death, it's not equal to X happened here or Y happened there. It's a unique and tragic situation. And nobody in India has the right to say that I will remain the chief minister here because I am the leader of, I'm sorry to say, I have to name a community, I never like to do it, that I am the leader of the Maitis. I know caste politics very well, but I wouldn't agree to anybody in my own home state saying that I'm the leader of the Kurmis or I'm the leader of the Bhumihars. I would like that state to be together. There can be differences of political opinion. Otherwise, it's going to be what the emergency was in Bihar. I have seen a lot of political violence. I have been born to seeing authoritarian governments in India. And there are moments when we stand up and say, we stand as citizens of India. And come on, tell me, are we a country that want to play any politics on the body of those women? The violation of women's dignity in death, forget in life, is something that the Prime Minister himself has made that statement. He does not want to stand up to. Now, what stops us from condemning Manipur more than anything else happening anywhere else, here, elsewhere?